And you can see the Palawas family back in action again here in the 30th annual Swim with Mike, the Palawas Challenge, taking place in the lane closest to the east side of the deck, which usually features former Yell Leaders. A bit of an anomaly now since the Yell Leaders don't have a presence here on campus anymore, but they do have a presence here at Swim with Mike. So we thank them for being here and being a part of the funds that are raised here today. And hopefully Sean Olson will be getting into the pool here in just a few moments, and Tucker Olson will be helping out as well to do a few laps as he gets his swim on as well. And those of you that are on the deck, we'll let you know that the dive show is going to take place in just a few minutes, and there's still some time to sign up to be a part of the Biggest Splash. And if you want to be the Biggest Splash, head over to the One Marty Springboard, and that's where the sign-ups are going to take place. Also want to remind you that at about 1 p.m. there's going to be a Masters water polo game, and if you want to sign up for that, you can do so as well. Again, the Masters water polo game is scheduled to start at about 1 p.m. Silent auction closing at 12:30. So again, take note of that because there'll be lots of things going on at 12:30 when that silent auction closes. You can go online and put in your information before the silent auction ends, and then that way you can make your collection process a lot smoother. The collecting of the items will begin at 1 p.m. So as I mentioned before, I would bid on those items up until 12:30, then grab some barbecue and then head back and see if you won any items in today's silent auction. As a logistical note, again, if you are upstairs at Wooting Sioux Aquatic Center and watching football practice, that is okay, but we have been asked that you please do not take any pictures. Again, if you are up watching football practice, please do not take any pictures or videos of the football practice. And we thank you in advance for your cooperation. turn your attention over to the diving wells. We will have today's dive show followed by the biggest splash. Again, the dive show right now. Take it away, Sam.
Inward dives. If you look at the 1 meter, a back dive in the pike position. Wow, we have a twister, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed that one, I'm so sorry for you. We have some synchronized diving that just took place on 3 meter. Absolutely magnificent. A perfect 10 in my book. Yeah, Henry Fasoro, recent Pac-12 champion on the 3 meter diving board. Henry has just executed a pretty incredible front and a half full twist. We are flying high off the 7 meters. You just witnessed a little nugget doing a 1.5 somersault pike. Can't stop, won't stop, my friends. We just saw an inward 1.5 tuck both on the 1 meter and the 3 meter. Another twister, one of the more difficult dives. If you look to our smallest diver on 1 meter, Miss Emily, what do you have for us, Miss Emily? Now that was an inward 2.5, my friends. You could not do that if you tried. Thank you, 7 meter. Andrew, one of our club divers here, has just executed and overperformed a full out. Wow, we're getting higher up there. Can you? Caleb? And we have Caleb doing something magnificent. I don't want to spoil the surprise, friends, but yes, that was a forward 1.5 pike. Dasher likes to spend more time on his hands and his feet as a true acrobat. You'll see him just hanging out in a handstand on the 7 meter. flying high, everybody. On 3 meter, we just had another back twister by lovely Macy Savannah on the 5 meter platform. Hands are up, and diver is ready. Now that is a difficult twister, everybody. Well done by Savannah Stockter. 4.2.5 in the tuck position. Another handstand on the 7 meter. That is a toe point, ladies and gentlemen. 10 meter, David, high diver. To be honest, this 10 meter is a little bit too low for David. He prefers 27 meters and in a European country. What an unnatural dive he just performed. Elena's on 7 meter. Look at that beautiful diver position. A back dive pike. Absolutely gorgeous. 1 meter, I feel like we have some synchronization coming up here. 10 meter, another dive from Caleb. His hands are on the ground, his feet are in the air, and he's waving like he just doesn't care. Wow. Jake's on 3 meter. Jake will be heading to the Grand Prix this summer. What does Jake have for us double bouncing on the 3 meter? 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half, ladies and gentlemen. What a dive, what a dive. So twisters on 1 meter, a back 1.5 tuck on 3 meter, everybody. NCAA qualifier, and also one of the best dancers I know. Carly, what do you have for us? Wow, what an entry, everybody. What a day. David on the 7 meters, sending off. We have a little synchronization coming from the wow 7 meter platform, followed by the wow 5 meter platform. That was called past vertical, everybody. That was not an ideal execution. Another synchro. Synchro, everybody, is a very difficult task to perform. As you'll see, the dynamic duo that just did a relatively over reverse dive layout on the 3 meter. Both of them Pac-12 3 meter champions at various times in their lives. Synchronization from our wonderful college divers, Tabby and Maddie. That was just beautiful. The way they just rolled off the tower like that. Andrew, everybody's doing a back 2.5 somersault tuck. Wow, that is not easy, ladies and gentlemen. A very high degree of difficulty. Alrighty, now I just love how the diving community has come together to put on this show. You see, we have old David, we have young Emily, and we have everything in between. Oh, that is a really bizarre dive that David has just performed. Not normal in the diving community, but that just shows his extreme talent. Savannah Stockter on the 3 meter. An inward 1.5 pike. I give it a 7.5. Naomi on the 10 meter. Naomi was 3rd place in platform in the Pac-12 this year. And here she is just falling her way to her destiny. We have some synchronization going on 7 as well as 5 meter. Maddie and Tabby, please try to live up to the 7 meter inward 1.5. That was just very well executed. A little splashy, ladies. Oh, that was a reverse synchro, equally as inspiring. We have another handstand going up on 7 meter, ladies and gentlemen, in the backward position. We are keeping things lively. Control. you're clearly wrong if you can really just feel how exhausted and how quick everyone's moving here. Dash and Henry back on the 3 meter. As I said, they both have Pac-12 championships on the 3 meter, just like their coach Hong Ping Lee. A back dive pike, arguably perfect. Andrews made his way back to the 10 meter. Slow and steady wins the race as he puts his feet towards the sky. His feet are relatively flat. There we have made our way into a toe point. That's an essential part of the diving world. Let's see if we get a rip entry. No. Nice handstand by Andrew Harnick. Oh, we just had a beautiful reverse dive on the 1 meter. Miss Emily's got another incredible dive to show for us as Savannah stalked her on the 5 meter platform and does another twister. Oh, and everyone is dancing. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Ding. Oh my goodness, David just stopped to do some dancing. David, I told you, we have to keep diving. No, put the dance moves away, David Colturi. And I have never seen Dash move quite like this. Unbelievable. Well, Dashiell's doing something very untraditional here as he just throws himself off the 5 meter platform into a backwards dive.
You're not doing dillies, right?
No.
I was like, God.
7 meter. Another twister, absolutely incredible. 10 meter roof. Fallen from the sky, off of our butt, into a nice forward entry. To be a team. Today, Caleb and Naomi will do something that's very unconventional in the diving community. They will dive off the 10 meter platform simultaneously. And Caleb goes up. She goes back and they! Wow, what a day, what a dive, and what an incredible sport. All right, 7 meter, wow. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, what do you have for us today? A backwards lineup. Now that, my friends, is not easy. Carly Souza flying through the sky. An inward 2.5 tuck, very high degree of difficulty. Reverse dive half twist is done by the wonderful Miss Emily.
So darn cute. I was just walking back to the league.
Oh, we just saw an inward 1.5 pike by Mr. Aiden. A forward dive tuck with a pike out here. And I feel something great coming, ladies and gentlemen, as everyone makes their way to the 5 meter platform. We have another synchro by Mr. Jake and Andrew. Now that is magnificent. Aspect to it as well. So as our divers line up here, we are going to show you something pretty magnificent. another box dive from David. You might think that it's hard to bring your swim or dive bag to the pool. Imagine what David has to do to bring his box to practice every day. What on earth was that? It's so hard to say, but it was wonderful. David Coulter, everybody. You'll find him on cliffs in Europe. And we are dying. Oh, what on earth? They're all going through the same hole. This is like Cirque du Soleil. Wow. I just can't even imagine what is happening underwater. It's really hard to say if everybody is all right. It looks like they are. And what an unbelievable performance. And now as everyone lands on their butts, getting us excited for the splash contest, look at the middle of the pool. If this wasn't incredible enough, it's the power of the bubbler. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to your dive show. And thank you for joining us at the 38th Annual Swim with Mike.
Now, I want to know that we are going to change the board here in just a couple of moments. And helping us out is going to be the Adams family, who have been tied to Swim with Mike for many years. And they are heading up right now. The Adams family, Claire, Allie, and Vanessa, the daughters, and Allie and Vanessa were heads of the student staff for many years here with Swim with Mike. So a quick break in the action. Before we get to the biggest splash contest, we are going to change the numbers up on the board. And again, the Adams family making their way over to the board so we can put up the new numbers here. We received lots of donations in the last hour, and now we are getting set to flip the numbers in just a few moments as they head over to the board. And again, that's Allie and Vanessa Adams that are helping us out here and have been a part of Swim with Mike for many years, helping out, and we will give them the numbers as they flip over the board. And they're getting the numbers together as they are about to change the board here. An update here at 11 a.m. just ahead of the Biggest Splash contest. Again, all of you that are participating in the Biggest Splash, head over to the 1 meter springboard at this time so we can start the Biggest Splash as soon as we put up the new numbers. And Allie and Vanessa are going to do that here in just a few moments. Again, the silent auction going on right now as well. That will close at 12:30. So head on over there and get in on your favorite items.
Biggest Splash contestants, please be by the 1 meter board. Biggest Splash, we're starting in just a few moments.
again, as they are getting the numbers ready, we got some updated numbers, so we're making sure we're giving you the most up-to-date information. Again, to make a donation through your phone, you can text SWIM to 41444, and you can donate to Swim with Mike that way through your mobile device. Again, you can text SWIM to 41444 to make a donation through your mobile device. And it looks like we are getting the numbers up here in place. We're at 1 million. And the Adams family helping us out here now, putting up the final number there, $1,428,109. The new total now, just past 11 a.m. Thank you again to everyone who has donated to the 38th annual Swim with Mike. Our new total, $1,428,109. And now we are going to head back over to the diving pool for the biggest splash contest. Take it away, David. David Friedman now in his 15th year of putting together the biggest splash contest. We thank him for all his hard work and enthusiasm in putting the biggest splash contest together each and every year. A favorite of the activities here at Swim with Mike. All right, David, when you're ready, take it away.
Remember, judges, you hold it up and then you let him see it and he will tell you when he's got it. If you want to slide down a little if you can, let's go. Okay, we're ready to start the biggest splash in about 30 seconds. Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome. It's time for our umpteenth annual Swim with Mike Biggest Splash Contest. A big round of applause. Thank you, Les. First of all, hey, wasn't the divers amazing? A big round of applause for the divers, huh? Could you guys do that? I don't think so. So, I'm on the wrong board. I gotta get over to this board. So this is the way it works for those of you that are new. Everyone, we have the song girls here, and who's gonna be our lovely song girl that's gonna be biggest splashing? What's your name, princess? Sarah is going to splash and carry on the wonderful tradition where last year's song girl won first place. So, said no pressure, no pressure. Splashers, wave your hands and wave to the crowd. Wow, there's an ugly looking bunch if I've ever seen it. So glad that you're all here. So judges, are you ready? This is how it works. Every person gets one chance to make a big splash, and for that, judges, you ready to hold? Zach, hello? They're busy talking to each other. Hi, judges. You ready to hold up the numbers so you can show everyone how it works? They can give a 1, hold up a 1, which is a Justin Bieber. They can give a 3, who's that? Britney Spears, she's getting a little long in the tooth, might be time for a new picture. Number 5, which is Harry Potter. And if someone splashes really amazingly, they get a 7, which is a Lady Gaga. So, without further ado, our wonderful judges, are you ready? Who's number 1? Number 1 is ready. Ryan, you ready to hit the music? Let's start it up. Here we go, number 1. Come on up. Yeah, sure. Oh, what do you give him, judges? Hold on, look, hold it up. We got a Harry Potter, and a Britney Spears. Number 2, are you ready? That was fantastic. You ready, number 2? You guys collect the costumes, there's bags over there. Ready? Let's go. Flop it. Big flop. Big, go. Oh, the humanity. We got a Gaga and a Harry Potter. That was amazing. Thank you, judges. Helene, I need you to be getting the costumes. There's a big bag over there. Bags over there and collect the costumes. Whoa, what do we get for that? We get a Harry Potter and a Britney Spears and a Britney Spears. Who's number 4? Oh, we have a Trojan Knight. That's the only reason he could be dressed like that. Folks, if he does what I think he's going to do, this is going to be pretty painful. 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Judges, what do you give him? A Potter, and a Potter. And I'm spitting all over the mic. Who's up number 4? Oh, lovely. Here we go, number 4. Now that's beautiful! Judges, what do we got? We got a Potter and 2 Britney Spears. That's awkward. Who's next? Oh my goodness. Are you ready, princess? Big round. I have the best job in the whole world. Go ahead. Oh! Wow! You're getting 2 Justin Biebers and a Britney Spears. Oh, okay. Well, what number are you? Okay, so Carly, who's on the dive team, wants to go off this board. She's come on, divers. Here we go. What is the dive? Oh! Oh my God, Carly, that was beautiful. The judges give you Harry Potters across the board. Are you ready? Got a Trojan Knight. Here we go. Oh, my hat's falling off. This isn't easy. You try it. Ah! Judges, give him what he deserves. 2 Harry Potters and a Lady Gaga. Oh, my goodness. This is just awful. Okay. This guy looks like he has some potential. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. I think I just peed. What did he get? He Gaga and 2 Harry Potters. Judges. Judges. Holy heck. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Aren't you lovely? Are you ready? Oh, look at the socks. Look at the socks. Ah! After all that? Yeah, give him some Harry Potter. Give him some Justin Biebers. Well, he does get something for the outfit. Okay, who's next? Oh, come on up. You might as well jump. This guy looks like he has potential. I think he broke the board. Yay! Biebers! And hang on, I gotta catch my breath. That was great. That was just great. Okay, you ready, honey? Jump! Okay. Judges give you 2 Justin Biebers and a Britney Spears. Okay, you ready, lovely? Remember, hit it. Okay, the Vogue was worth something, judges. He did Vogue. We got 2 Britneys and 2 Justins and a Britney. Okay, you ready? There we go. Lovely wave. Oh, might as as well jump. What are you giving him? We got 3 Britney Spears. That's kind of awkward. Oh, you look lovely. Are you ready? He's ready. Here we go. Jump. Oh! Oh my God. Whoa! We got 3 Lady Gagas across the board. Okay, are you ready? We have a Trojan Club diver, Jake. Here we go, Jake. Show him what you're made of. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ah! Whoa, look at that! Look at that! Okay, you ready? You ready to go? Are you signed up? Great. 18, number 18. Here we go. The Helenes. Here we go, Helene. Yay, Helene! That was awesome. Oh God, the 2 Britney Spears and a Harry Potter. We got a spirit leader. Holy heck! This is amazing. Are you ready? Here we go. This could be odd. Oh! A spirit leader. Big round of applause. Judges, you give him Harry Potter's across the line. Okay. Sarah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. We are so honored. The lovely song girls. I've got the best job in the whole world. We're going to wrap it up with Sarah. Sarah, are you ready? Fight on, everybody. Go ahead, honey. Ah! 3 Harry Potters across the line, Sarah. Fantastic. Judges, tally up. We'll find out who won. I think we may have a tie and may have to have a splash off. One moment. Keep the music going, Ryan. My hat. Okay.
How many make the final?
I think we have 2 7s. Okay. We're going to need to have a splash off because we have 2 people that got 7s across the board. Jake, one of our Trojan Club divers, and you got the other 7s across the board. What's your name?
I'm Jake.
You're Jake.
I'm Jake, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay. It's the roar of the Jakes. I can't believe it. Okay, Ryan, hit the music, and we have a splash off between Jake and Jake. We're going to let this Jake go first. Here we go, Dan. Dan, he's going to do a splash. He's coming. Jake is right there. He's got to put his dress back on. Okay, are we ready? Okay, are you a Trojan Knight? Are you a Trojan? You're on the swim team. Okay, a member of the USC swim team. Jake is gonna try to break the tie. Ready? Twist and shout it. That sounded really painful. Uh-oh. We have 3 Harry Potters. Okay, Jake, one of our divers. We had a swimmer, and he's got such a beautiful little thing on. I don't know what it is. Jake, are you ready? Hit it! That's it. That's it. We got 3 Lady Gagas across the board. I will announce the winners now. Let me go get the numbers. Keep it going, Ryan. Okay, I'm going to go get the winners. I know who won. I know who came in second. So I just need a 3rd place. Hang out. I have to give you your prize. Hang out. I have to give you a prize. Who won number 3? Jake's number 2. Jake's number 1. Who would be number 3? Just pick one. Whoever had the best costume. You get to decide.
17.
They like 17.
17 was someone that had 17 points.
You're fabulous. Fantastic.
Thank you.
How about the number 3? How about number 2? Where is number 2? I think it's a little kid that started us off. Where is number 2? A little kid, little boy that started us off. Come on up. What's your name? Julian, congratulations. You won 3rd place. You get a Krispy Kreme donut. Knock yourself out. Okay, in 2nd place, our swimmer, Jake, looking so beautiful and red-chested. You get a box of Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh, hang on. You have to put this on. I forgot to say. Please put that on. Okay, where's our other Jake? Where's our diver? Okay, put this on. Okay. Okay. I am pleased to, Jake, you have to get up on the board. I'm pleased to announce the winner of this year's Biggest Splash contest. Jake, can you get the ceremonial rack of ribs? Walk the board. Walk the board. Ryan, switch it to the song. Just wave to the adoring crowd. Louder. And then jump in. Fantastic. Jake, your ribs are sinking to the bottom. Oh my God, the horror. No, we got them, ladies and gentlemen. There she is, Miss America. Thank you all. This was fantastic. Thank you to the Trojan Dive Club, to the divers. Thank you to the song girls and lovely Sarah. Thank you to all of our biggest splashers, to the spirit leaders. And it was great. Thank you all. Happy Swim with Mike.
Thank you to David and all of our participants in today's Biggest Splash. We'd like to ask all of our recipients to please report to the ceremony stage at this time. You have a few minutes, but if you can, we'd like to ask the recipients to make their way over to the ceremony area. We are exactly 1 hour away from the close of the silent auction. You have 1 hour to put your name on the items that you are eyeing, so make sure you get over there. That silent auction will close at exactly 12:30 p.m., regardless if anything else is going on. So as mentioned, make sure you get in on the silent auction 1 hour until it is closed. The massage tent is open and available up on the upper west corner of Wutingsu Aquatic Center, the upper northwest corner. And coming up in a few moments, we'll have some special guests here joining us at the 38th Annual Swim with Mike. while there's a little break in the action, we'll let you know that there is a raffle that's going to take place, and that is on the deck in the northeast corner of Wutingsu Aquatic Center. One ticket for $5, but $20 will get you 5 tickets. There are 10 prizes. Make sure you write your name and your number on the back of the ticket so that we can find you if you aren't here when the raffle takes place. And that raffle will take place at 1 p.m. So before you head over to the barbecue, stick around for the raffle. We will announce the winners at 1 p.m. There are 10 different prizes. You buy the tickets, put the tickets into the box that matches up to the prize that you are hoping to win. And again, that will take place at 1 p.m. with the tickets. One ticket for $5, but $20 gets you 5 tickets. You don't have to be present to win, but make sure you write your name and your phone number legibly on the back of the ticket so that we can get in touch with you to give you your prize. And don't forget, you can also put your email on the back of there as well to make sure we get you your prize if you win in today's raffle.
And now we see.
I'd like to send a thank you to all of our contributors to the silent auction. And again, don't forget to stop by the silent auction tables and place your bids as it will close at 12:30. Thank you to Helene Lopes and Becky Gramstrom and their volunteer staff for putting together the wonderful silent auction and taking the reins on that. Again, the silent auction's so big this year that it doesn't even fit into the room when it's extended just to the outside. Thank you to the USC lifeguards for keeping all of our swimmers safe today and for keeping your eyes on them. And thank you again to the Lion Center staff for providing the great environment for this wonderful event. Thank you to Nike for providing us with all of our goodie bags. And thank you to Brian Kennedy of Regency Outdoor Advertising for donating the billboards to Swim with Mike all around the LA area. A great reminder when you're driving around to see that Swim with Mike is coming up. So thank you to Brian Kennedy and Regency Outdoor Advertising for all that he's done to help promote this year's Swim with Mike. If you go around the deck, there are some other unique Trojan items available for purchase as well. And again, to remind you, the Wiener Schnitzel truck is open and outside of Wutingsu Aquatic Center. So if you want to grab a little something to eat before or after your swim, you can do so at the Wiener Schnitzel truck. Julian Bonds will be out there grabbing a couple chili dogs in just a few moments. And this is a good time to check in on your silent auction items. Again, the silent auction is going to close in about 45 minutes. And exactly at 12:30, so make sure you get over there and get your name on those items that you think are going to make a great addition to your life or potentially as a gift. So the silent auction is open. Again, there's some other booths around selling unique Trojan items. The treasure chest is back and out front of Wutingsu Aquatic Center again. The massage center is upstairs this year in the northwest corner of the Aquatic Center, so you can head up there. Also want to remind you that the photo booth is open and you can get souvenir photos of today's event for free. Again, the photo booth is totally free today, so head on over there. It is between the two pools just underneath the stands on the north side. So in a few moments, the diving well will be back in action with some other things. Some special visitors are making their way over to the Wutingsu Aquatic Center. The barbecue is, I think, just about to open. They haven't quite opened yet, but there'll be plenty of chances to go and get some barbecue. The world-famous Swim with Mike barbecue will take place all afternoon, so don't feel like you have to rush over there and get in on the barbecue right away. We hope that you join us for the ceremony, which is scheduled to take place at noon. And we'll see if we stick to that timeline. So lots of things happening around the deck here at Wutingsu Aquatic Center. So hopefully you get to visit each and every one of the booths, stop by the silent auction, get in on the raffle, and maybe pick up something at the treasure chest. want to thank J.R. Navarro for creating all of the Swim with Mike printed material for today's event, and as well as Loretta Joseph for her hard work on the Swim with Mike yearbook. Also want to thank Wendy Abate for her hard work in making all of the lane signs that you see in that very special printing. Thank you to Wendy for making those look great here today. Also thank you to Fox Sports for all the soft drinks and water. Thank you to USC Transportation Services, and thanks to the volunteer and student staff, the Trojanites, as well as the USC Hellenes for being out here today and lending their hands as volunteers. Thank you to the USC Credit Union for the great sunglasses and C2 Imaging for all of the signage. And we also want to thank UBS for being the presenting sponsor for wheelchair basketball, which will take place at 1 p.m. up in the Lions Center. So if you want to stick around after the barbecue, head on up to the Lions Center at 1 p.m. for the basketball. But also at 1 p.m. will be the Masters water polo game that will take place in the lap pool. And again, that's scheduled to start at 1 p.m. Thank you to Joanne Osman for bringing Traveler today. We believe Traveler out on Howard Jones Field right now, available for pitchers. We want to thank Tailgate Concierge for the pop-up tents at the barbecue. They have a tent here as well. So if you want to go to the football games and not have to do any of the work beforehand, go see Tailgater Concierge in their tent on the south side of the deck by the lap pool. And also thank you to Town and Country Rental Services for all that they've done here to provide support and services at the 38th Annual Swim with Mike. So a little bit of a pause here in our action, but that doesn't mean that there won't be many things happening here in just a few moments. We're waiting for the arrival of our special guest, and then we will go into our ceremony. And we ask that the recipients make their way over to the stage at this time. Before our ceremony, I'd like to have our recipients join us in the stage area. Also want to thank the Pac-12 Network for being here and documenting some of the happenings that are going on here today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Tingsoo Aquatic Center, the greatest band in the history of the universe, the Spirit of Troy. the greatest band in the history of the universe, the Spirit of Troy. And now I'd like to welcome a longtime friend of Swim with Mike, John Neighbor. John Neighbor, a member of the International Swimming Hall of Fame, was a swimmer at USC who went on to win 4 gold and 1 silver medal at the 1976 Olympic Games. He's also a Swim with Mike volunteer, and in 2003 was awarded the Gerald and Betty Ford People Helping People Award. John Neighbor has been the MC at Swim with Mike for many years, and continuing with that tradition, I am proud to introduce, please welcome Mr. John Neighbor.
Thank you so much. How about a round of applause for the soundtrack of Swim with Mike, Dr. Arthur C. Bartner and the Spirit of Troy Trojan Marching Band. All right, now for those of you who are finding it hard to get a view of the stage, I invite you to consider there's balconies all the way around. There's lots of things to do and see around here. The silent auction ends at 12:30. The lunch is moments away, so there's lots going on. But let's begin our program by acknowledging some very special donors. I want to take a moment to recognize the following people for their special support of Swim with Mike. UBS Financial Services for being the presenting sponsor for the Swim with Mike Wheelchair Basketball Tournament. The final will take place today upstairs in the Lions Center right after lunch. So if you don't have plans, go watch that. We also want to say thank you to the Norris Foundation, longtime supporters Lisa Hansen and Walt Zanino. This year marks the 12th annual Claire Snow Volunteer of the Year Award, and I'll be introducing him shortly. No, I'll introduce him now. Why don't I just do that now? Bruce Furness was a teammate of Mike Nyholtz on the USC National Championship swimming team. The 1976 Olympics, he won 2 gold medals, one on the 4x200 free relay, one on the 200-meter freestyle. He's run a successful career in real estate in Orange County, and his family are all USC Trojans, including his 3 brothers, who also were swimmers and water polo players. Our Volunteer of the Year, the presentation by Becky Gramstrup, our Volunteer of the Year is Bruce Furness. Mike's up here telling me I gotta speak, so I thought ahead. Becky, thank you for that honor, and it's truly a privilege and an unexpected honor to be recognized as this year's Claire Snow Award. Having known Claire for all the many years I've been involved with Swim with Mike, it's even a deeper honor. We've come a long way since that tragic day in 1981, where our vision was to help Mike and maybe help him the next year. And we just kept doing that, and for the last 38 years, Swim with Mike has become my family. And I'm really honored to have all the touch points of family connecting here today. I have my swimming family, and my water polo family, my Trojan family, my Swim with Mike family, and most importantly, my brothers, my sons and daughter, and my beautiful wife here to join me. You know, it just started as something that you just did, because when you're a member of a family, you do what's required and what's needed. You don't think about it. You know, Mike was my roommate in college. Obviously, we swam together. He was the toughest guy in practice. So much so that certain days my hair hurt. Ron I've known since I was 12 years old. I learned how to cook Orr corn on the kitchen table in the Orr family home. And my Swim with Mike recipients, you know, we have a very active board that takes the time to vet and connect with each one of the recipients. And every single year, every single recipient, their stories are just as inspirational as Mike's. And it's just so touching to be involved in something that does so much good for so many. You know, 14 furnaces have attended USC. And I was reflecting on that last night, that 26 out of the last 49 years, a furnace has been attending USC. I'm honored to have my son Kyle's a graduate. I have my son Troy, who plays here on the water polo team. My daughter Brooke, who works in the Swim with Mike office. And if you have a name tag on today, she had something to do with it. And my son Quinn, who just last week got the notice that he's going to attend USC. I have to admit, I was surprised to be made aware of this honor. It's not something you seek. It's not something that's about me. It's about what's good. And it's not just what's good at USC. We've infected 111 other universities across the country. And this extended family will go on for years and years, long after I'm gone and Mike and Ron and John are gone. But this year, because of this honor, I'm just really touched that my wife and I had lunch with Ron, and we said, we'd like to do something a little more special this year. And my wife's pleading, she said, why don't you guys endow a scholarship? And it's really important to me that you all know that the name of this scholarship is the Furnace Family and Friends Endowed Scholarship. I'm very touched that my brother Chip, who really started the tradition here at USC way back in 1969, and we just sort of all fell in place after that. Steve was a graduate at 76. Craig was a valedictorian in 1981. And I was there between Steve and Craig. But we got together over Christmas and we said, what do you think about the idea of endowing a scholarship? And nobody batted an eye. And they said, you know, we're going to do this. And the goal was to raise $100,000 over 5 years. We had 158 donors, 25 of which donated more than $1,000. And I just want to highlight, because the Friends part of our scholarship is really what helped us get us there, I want to highlight and thank some of the significant gifts that we received. Leading the way, to no one's surprise, was Mike Nyholt himself. I'd like to thank the Mills Trust, Kim Carson, AG Skating, the Strength family, and 2 corporate backers, Tier Sport, the company my brother helped found and still works at, and Burkini Real Estate Advisors, where I work. And most importantly, each one of my 3 brothers contributed significantly. I'd like to close with just some special thank yous. There's a lot of people who have touched me in a significant way, and I'd just like to run through the list of people who over the year have have helped me, help swim with Mike, and helped make it what it is today. Kaya, Alina, Mara, Cindy, Patrick, John, my good buddy, who, had I not known John, I wouldn't have met my wife. Neil, Loretta, and two significant groups. I'd like to recognize my fraternity brothers, Beta Theta Pi, who stepped up this year and supported the cause. And I want to single out Vince Matos from Mater Dei, who helped contribute money to support Furnace Families and Friends Endowed Scholarship. When we started this, as I said earlier, we thought it would take 5 years. I'm here to tell you, and I'm really pleased to announce today that in its first year, the Furnace Family and Friends Endowed Scholarship raised $106,000. When you honor me, you honor my extended family, my Swim with Mike family, and my family's friends that supported us. Thank you very much.
It is my opinion that our donors don't donate in order to get a thank you. But it's also true that we, who are involved with the board, can do so little to express our gratitude other than to say thank you. So I'm going to do a little bit more of that right now. Thank you. Through the generosity of USC trustees Cheryl Hammond and John Kramer, who have made not one, but two generous gifts to Swim with Mike by establishing two separate Rosemary Kramer Rate endowed scholarships, each year in perpetuity to celebrate the legacy of her philanthropy. John Kramer is here with us today. John Kramer, thank you. A past recipient of the Claire Snow Volunteer of the Year Award and Swim with Mike event director, Mara Hunter Redden, and her husband, Dan Redden, have established the Mara Hunter Redden and Dan Redden Endowed Scholarship. There's another one. Additionally, in memory of Sister Shauna Marie Hunter, Brad Hunter and the Hunter family have established the Shauna Marie Hunter Endowed Scholarship. Thank you, Mara and her family, for helping create more scholarships for our recipients while keeping their sister's memory alive. And of course, you heard about this year's Claire Snow Award winner and the donation that they have made. Fantastic. I enjoy telling everybody that this event began in 1981 when Mike Niholt was hurt on a motorcycle accident, and the swimming community wanted to do something for him that the insurance companies could not do. And so we created a Swim for Mike to raise money to cover the costs insurance would not cover. At that event, Mike showed up in a wheelchair and a halo brace, and he said, if you're willing to do this again next year, maybe we can raise money for somebody else. And that was the year Swim for Mike became Swim with Mike. 1 year later, he was out of the chair and in the pool with us, swimming laps. Ladies and gentlemen, the namesake of Swim with Mike, Mike Niholt.
I obviously didn't realize we were starting the program, so I got up here a little late, but the good news is I've followed Furnace and Neighbor, so there's very little I'm going to have to say other than, 38 years ago, I made a mistake, I crashed, but so many good things have happened since then. It's just, you get 15 minutes of fame or 38 and growing, so I get to say thanks and hello to so many wonderful people. It's the friends and the family, not only my own family and my friends, but friends of all of our wonderful recipients, our student staff. And when I talk about the recipients, say hello to them because they're incredible young men and women. They really, really are. That's why we raise over $1.5 million every year now. I was with John Neighbor the other day, and he proudly announced that 38 years we've raised $10 million. I'm like, John, it was $20 million. So we continue to move on. I promise I'm going to keep it short. Let me thank Ron Orr and Mara Hunter-Redden, because they make this thing go. Cindy Sumner, Kaya Headland, all of our volunteers, and this is a volunteer organization. Nobody gets paid. All the money goes to these kids. I want to thank the Furness brothers for doing what they did. That's spectacular. The Reddens, Shauna, and the Ray Kramer Foundation. I'm going to turn it back to John because we have two incredible recipients who are going to speak a lot better than me. So thank you for being here again today.
Thank you, Mike. You should know that Swim with Mike is a very rare organization because every board member personally interviews the applicants for the scholarships. And if they are lucky to receive a scholarship, a board member mentors them, adopts them, so we build a relationship. One of the things we do here every year, it's one of my favorite things, is we actually get to hear from a couple of the scholarship recipients. So, without further ado, Zach Wentz is from Menlo Park. He's currently an economics major at USC. He'll be graduating in the summer of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Wentz.
Hello, everybody. First, I just want to give a round of applause for John Neighbor. So I'm going to share with you all today a little bit about my story and how I got involved with Swim with Mike and why I'm here today. So I grew up really close with my family, played all sports growing up, huge athlete. Both my parents went to the University of Arizona. And although I'm a USC student today, a little part of my heart will always be with Arizona. Bear down. But fight on more than that. So, as a kid, I really looked forward to playing intramural sports in college. My dad really hyped it up for me, and it was just a dream to be able to play all the sports in the world in college. When I got to high school, I kind of had to choose a sport. And tennis was by far my sport, and so I focused all my energy on tennis. As a freshman in high school, I was the MVP of my league-winning varsity tennis team, and I felt on top of the world. As a sophomore in high school, I attended a program in Zermatt, Switzerland, called Swiss Semester, and I lived in Switzerland for 4 months, studying art history, geology, and skiing the Alps every day, traveling around Europe, going to Venice, France, etc. It was a hell of a time. I was the happiest person in the world. During my time there, I was in a skiing-related accident that ultimately paralyzed me from the chest down, and my life changed completely. I went from thinking that I had a chance of playing D1 tennis in college someday to feeling in some ways like my life was over. It was a tough time for me recovering from my injury, but I tried to stay positive as best I could. That being said, at the time, it was rough. Seeing all my friends in high school running around, playing all sorts of sports, it was sad. And I cried a lot, and I tried to stay positive, but something was missing. Then, towards the end of high school, I was fortunate enough to meet the DeBakis family and was introduced to Swim with Mike, and was fortunate enough to receive a Swim with Mike scholarship at the University of Southern California. My first couple of years here were especially tough. I had to take a medical leave of absence and take a few other semesters, some time off, and a few semesters part-time. It was a struggle. Swim with Mike believed in me, throughout all the ups and the downs. In the summer of 2015, I was on bed rest for 3 months, didn't see outside for months, and was at a low point in my life, physically and mentally. There were times during that summer where I contemplated suicide and just really didn't know what to do with myself. As a result of my family always being there for me, and Swim with Mike believing in me through the thick and the thin, through the time that I had to take off, Swim with Mike was still always there for me and believed in me as a student, as a recipient, and as a human being. This is my 6th year at the University of Southern California. Like I said, it's been a journey, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. I wouldn't be here at Swim with Mike, and I might not be here today in general if it weren't for the love and support of the Swim with Mike Foundation. Since coming to USC, because of the opportunity that Swim with Mike gave me, I was able to thrive here during my 6 years. I joined Trojan Knights a few years ago, and that really got me in tune with the history and the traditions of the school and made me even more proud to be a Trojan and to be a Swim with Mike scholarship recipient. Additionally, a few years ago, I was fortunate enough to trailblaze a position within student government, and the last few years I have been the Director of Accessibility Affairs, a new position within the advocacy branch of USG. None of this would be possible without the love and support from Swim with Mike. During my time here, through Trojan Knights and through student government, I feel like I've been able to touch a lot of students throughout campus, and that just means the world to me. Swim with Mike gave me an opportunity to pass it forward and to enrich the lives of other students with disabilities. Finally, I just want to share a couple stories that really epitomize the spirit and the love of Swim with Mike Foundation. 2 years ago at this event, a Trojan Knight brother of mine, Alan Long, got a handful of Trojan Knights together, jumped in the pool, and swam for me, and swam for Swim with Mike. That was one of the most loving moments I felt, not only in my time here at USC, but in my life. To feel like I had brothers swimming for me in the spirit of Swim with Mike. And that just shows how beautiful Swim with Mike is and how much people care about the Swim with Mike Foundation. Like I said, I'm a tennis player. I am certainly not a swimmer, but every year at this event, I love getting in the pool and swimming as many laps as I can. And with the support of my dad, the rest of my family, and like I said before, Alan Wong, they were cheering me on as I tried to break my record of 14 laps from last year, and I swam 16 laps this year. And as I finish up my time here at USC, with this being my last semester, obviously it's scary, next chapter of life, it's bittersweet, leaving some beautiful memories behind, but I will cherish them forever. And none of this would be possible without the love and the spirit of Swim with Mike. So thank you very much.
Next up is Amberly Snyder. She's from Elk Ridge, Utah, attended Utah State where she got her BA in agricultural education in 2015 and a master's in school counseling in the fall of 2017. Please welcome Amberly Snyder.
Thank you guys so much. I'm super excited to be here today. I'm usually competing over this weekend. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself and where I've come from and where I am now. So I was born in Laguna Hills, so I was born in California, but raised in Utah. My dad played for the LA Dodgers when he was younger. He was in the '84 Olympics. So I come from a competitive family. Well, for me, horses was my love. I fell in love with horses from as far back as I can remember. And I started riding at 3, competing in rodeo when I was 7. I competed through all the junior high days, high school rodeo days. By my senior year, I was a world all-around champion. So, thank you. For me, at 18, I mean, life was perfect. Everything was going the way that I planned. Well, in January of 2010, I was on my way to Denver, Colorado, where I was involved in a rollover car accident, leaving me paralyzed from the waist down. Of course, to start life over was not easy. I'm sure a lot of us know that. My very first day of therapy, my nurse walked into my room and she told me I needed to set some goals. I told her, easy. Walk, ride, rodeo. That was all I wanted to do. Now I realize I'm still in this chair, but 4 months after my accident, I was able to get back on my horse, and I now compete in rodeo again with a seatbelt on my saddle. Thank you. For me to be back in that arena was amazing. But now to compete on the professional circuit, I compete against the best of the best. I'm the only paralyzed barrel racer in the United States. For me, that means a lot. I mean, they told me to ride was going to be impossible. But to show them that the impossible just means it hasn't been done yet. But I want to tell you one really quick story, and then I promise I will be all done talking. So 2 months after my accident, I was going on my first date in a wheelchair. So you guys think about how your first date is so nerve-wracking, right? Like you're nervous. I don't care if you think you're a stud muffin, you will be nervous on your first date. So I was going on my first date in a chair, and I was nervous. Everything so far was great. I was great, he was looking great. I mean, we were good together at this point. We come outside the restaurant, and lo and behold, there is this curb. Now, I know how to go down a curb. Everyone in here in a chair knows how to get on a curb. You get in a wheelie, you get right up next to it, you pop on down. Pretty simple, right? Now, I have to tell you this part of the story because it's important. In all things, in all times, and in all places, whether a boy is around or not, it will be their fault. We all know that, right? So I'm in a wheelie, I'm getting ready for this curb, and this boy asks me, AM, do you need any help? Well, going 18 years of my life, being completely independent, I mean, I rode a pony at 5 years old so I could saddle it by myself. And now here I am in this situation that's completely different. I mean, I have to get help with everything. I told him, no, I can do this. But of course, he distracted me. So one wheel went down before the other. You know, when that happens in a wheelchair, you flip over. So here I am, flipped over on my first date in this chair, freaking out. And this boy says, do you need any help now? I tell him, yeah. I'm gonna need your help to get back up. So he comes in front of me and puts out his hand. I said, that's not gonna work. This poor boy, he doesn't know if he should be laughing, crying, or pretending like this didn't happen. So I call it a princess carry. I said, you're gonna need to put one underneath my knees, one behind my back, pick me up. I thought for sure he was strong enough for this task. He comes over, one arm underneath my knees, one arm behind my back, picks me up. But then we both looked back down at my wheelchair. Still flipped over. His solution at this point is to kick at my wheelchair. So he's kicking at it, kicking at it, kicking at it. It finally comes up. The brakes aren't on. So it starts rolling across that parking lot. I mean, just picture this situation. Boy carrying girl, chasing a wheelchair across this parking lot. We finally get hot. He sets me down in my chair, and only then does this couple walk out of the restaurant. So I thought, okay, this is gonna be funny for me now. So I look at that couple. I look at that boy. I turned back to that couple and said, can you believe this kid? He just dumped me out of my wheelchair. He was petrified. But I'll tell you what, the reason I'm telling you this story is because we're all gonna have that moment, right? That moment where we're knocked down. And we probably need that help to get back up. In that moment, I needed him. In the moment for a lot of our lives, we need that help. Don't be afraid to ask for it. Swim with Mike came along to me when Coach Baxter saw me at a barrel race in Las Vegas. And he said he saw me. I'm strapped into my saddle, right? I have a seatbelt, I have Velcro straps, I'm all strapped in. And he sees me walk by him. And he thought, what a dumb girl. Why does she need to be strapped to her saddle? He didn't know me, he didn't know my story. He happens to be in the arena when I run, and he came and found me after. And he said, I'm so sorry. I'm like, for what? He said, I saw you and I thought you were so dumb. Because why do you need to strap yourself to your saddle? But then I saw you run, and I'm amazed. Gave me his card, shook his hand, told me I should look up Swim with Mike. I now have been able to get my master's degree in school counseling because of it. I am a definite believer in everything happens for a reason. Maybe the accident, maybe that barrel race, maybe Coach Baxter being there. I'll get to lead to the kids I get to inspire as a counselor, or what I get to do now as a speaker. Truly, everything happens for a reason. I know we're all gonna have those hard times. I know we're gonna have the times where we're flipped over. Don't be afraid to ask for that help. Truly, I Swim with Mike has been here for me. The donors, the sponsors, Mike, everyone involved in this organization, you've helped us get back up. You've helped us believe that we can do more regardless of our situation. So I want to thank you guys for all the support you've given. I want to thank you guys for the opportunity I get to be now done with school, thank goodness. And the opportunity for those after me to get to live their dreams and accomplish their goals as well. So thank you guys so much.
Wow. That's fantastic. A couple of short pieces of housekeeping. The silent auction is now over with. If you have a bid, go check if you won. Again, 1 o'clock, the basketball game upstairs, wheelchair basketball, water polo here at 1 o'clock. But before you leave, we're happy to say that the football team at USC, the Trojan football players, every year come in and they do a relay in inner tubes, and that is about to start. Let's welcome the broadcast voice of the Trojan team, Coach Clay Helton.
How we doing, guys? Hello, best band in the free world. Guys, thanks for coming out today. Thanks for having us. This is so much fun for us to come be a part of the annual relay and to be a part of such a special organization that does so much for young men and women. We have our own Jake Olson on our team that's been a beneficiary of this great cause, and and we are just happy to be here. We just got off the practice field. I got some guys that are hot and sweaty. They love being in this pool, so let's get this race started. Here we go, guys.
How many years ago that was? And I was like, I think it...
All right. Swimmers, take your mark. Ready, set, go. Oh, yeah. And Jake, you need to swim faster. Let's go. We've got lane 3 leading the way. Big Wyatt Schmidt. Bubba Bolden in second in lane 1. Jake Olson making a strong comeback in lane 5. Lane 3 is still going. Big Jack Sears swimming in lane 3 leads the way. Sid Ware coming up with Giuliano Balanico in lane 2. Thomas Fitz in lane 4 going good. Lane 3 still holding up. Tyler Vaughn's trying to catch him in lane 1. Thomas Fitz doing well, coming back. And down the stretch they come. Marvell Tell in lane 1, trying to catch him. Lane 3 in the lead. Here comes a strong finish by Reed Budrovich. And lane 4 trying to close. It is lane 3 right here. Lane 4 in second. Marvell Tell in third. Chris Tilby in fourth. And here comes Big Austin Jackson to finish it up. Lane 3's your winners. Thank you so much for having us, guys. Fight on.
I'm going to make here for head coach Clay Hilton and his football team and the USC Song Girls. We'd like to have the recipients gather around the stage for a group photo, and we'd also like to have the football players and Song Girls gather in the pool for a group photo there as well.
All right, just a couple of other announcements. Today we're celebrating 38 years of Swim with Mike success. You've met many of the scholarship recipients this morning. I encourage you to meet as many as you can throughout the afternoon. Throughout the latest 38 years, we've raised $20 million. 218 school scholarships have been awarded to athletes representing 60 different sports, currently 54 of them at 38 schools across the nation. An awesome record of success. And as the barbecue is about to start, allow me to make one last announcement. Thank you again so much for your continued support of Swim with Mike. Your generosity has changed hundreds of lives, not just here at USC, but across the country. Everything we're able to do for our scholarship recipients is possible from your continued support. So please, if you've not made a donation and want to make one now to Swim with Mike, you can do it by texting the word SWIM to the number 41444. You'll be texted back with a link to the mobile donation form where you can fulfill your gift right now on your smartphone. And the last event we do every year R.C. Bartner and the Spirit of Troy Trojan Marching Band. Right now we're doing the annual group photograph of all scholarship recipients. Make your way to my right here on the stage. And for those of you not posing for pictures, I call your attention to the tote board where the Furness brothers are about ready to do our final total. They're changing the numbers as we watch. This will be the number raised this year in the Swim with Mike effort. I don't think we're going to change the one, but there's the big number, over $1.5 million this year for the Swim with Mike Scholarship Fund. Thank you, one and all. Luncheon is being served. You have to wear a blue bracelet as you make your way through those brick walls, heading over to the barbecue. Thank you, Spirit of Troy.
And thank you again to the greatest band in the history of the universe, the Spirit of Troy, for coming out and showing their support at this 38th annual Swim with Mike. Again, as mentioned, the silent auction has closed and you can begin to pick up your items that you won starting at 1 p.m. Also at 1 p.m., the basketball will take place in the Lion Center, and also the water polo game, the Masters water polo game, will take place in the lap pool. You want to mention D'Anthony Langston, who is the director of rec for LA Job Corps, the reason we got the basketball courts up last month. So thank you to D'Anthony Langston for all of his work helping us with Swim with Mike and for his help in the basketball, which will take place again at 1 p.m. in the Lion Center. The barbecue is open. You must have a blue wristband to get out to the barbecue, but it should be plenty of food out there, so take your time making your way out to the barbecue. And again, at 1 p.m., the basketball as well as the Masters water polo game will take place.